Oh, this is his hair. Yeah, I thought this was good, that's why
Hey, please keep in mind, you should have your exercise in front of you, right? Either making corrections or asking questions. Alright, so we've got group 4 is up first.
I just stabbed myself with my chest.
Okay.
I should have made it. I should have made it.
I love this song. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it on. I like her cheese. No.
I don't even have music on right now.
I like a team song that I grow up being oh my gosh, who's ready for the Dominator tomorrow?
Me, oh my god.
Your entrance song is going to be Christmas music?
Turn. I'm gonna be so fuzzy.
Okay, so we had 1, B, and C, and so like for B, it was just like to draw a web, like a food web, right? What?
Food chain.
Food chain. Good one. Sorry, I forgot. And so we did this, and over time, and like the consumers and then the producers. And then our second answer for letter C was like you define which ones were the producer, the primary consumer, and the secondary consumer. And we labeled them accordingly in the picture. And the producer, like that starts everything, is like, well, first of all, like the corn, the sun, of course, like is the corn energy. But once the corn is produced, then the chicken, which is the primary consumer, then eats the corn to gain energy. And once the chicken has gained energy, then a hawk comes along, which is a secondary consumer, who consumes the primary consumer, who ate the original producer, which is corn. And we had this graph, and it shows like how long it lasted, like in days. And so we did the corn, the chicken, and hawk, and like the organism over time, and how long they would last if they were eaten or consumed by another organism. And we could tell that from the hawk that. I was just thinking about this like last night. I don't know like any other if a hawk has any other predators, like because like humans don't really like eat hawk, so I don't know what else would eat it. So I think the hawk would most benefit in this environment because it wouldn't be eaten by anybody. But the chicken is it's in the middle because like it gains energy, but then it loses energy at the same time because the hawk's eating it. So I think the hawk is the best benefit in the environment. It'll last longer. Any questions?
We're gonna have a question. I didn't know you wanted.
What is he?
So,
Yes.
just for clarification, so then your graph is like representing like the lifespan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have an arrow between the secondary consumer and the primary consumer.
Oh yeah, we forgot the other arrow between here. And it just shows that the hawk, which is the secondary consumer, can eat the primary consumer who at first to gain energy had to consume with an arrow the producer, the main producer, which is corn, to make energy. It was eaten by chicken.
I tried, sorry.
It's okay, I don't like catching things.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions?
One, clap. Group one.
Pop my collar. Hannah, I popped my collar. No. Here, I'll show you something. Do you have a rubber band?
Okay, so, like, we start out with like 10, and then when the chicken eats the corn, 1% goes to the chicken, and then 10% goes to the chicken, and the rest like goes out into the system, and then when the hawk eats the chicken, it gets 0.1%. Okay, 10%. And then, yeah, what she said. So, yeah, what else is it? That's it. Any questions? Yes, you. Because, like, they have to eat the corn, like, with energy, like, the chicken eats the corn, and then the hog eats the chicken to get their energy. Woo! Well, clap for Hannah. Yes.
I know. Well, so, I mean, we're still working through this process a little bit, I guess, but remember, if you have something different, either you have a question or you're changing what you have to what the group is showing us, because we need a consensus, right? We need to come to a common understanding of what happens with energy. So either you have a question or you need to change your answer.
Yes.
Did you start with 10 like units, I guess, of energy?
Yeah, for like the corn. Yeah.
So
And then like it trains like 10% transferred, and then the rest go into the system.
so what's leaving the system the first time?
What is it? 9%.
What?
90%. 90% of the energy leaves.
Of corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did you do like one chicken and then one hog?
One chicken and one? I don't know. That's what we did. Like, I don't know. Like she asked why we did one chicken and like one hog. Like why did we just like do like more?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just did that.
It's like, never mind. It's fine. I don't know how to word it, and then I'll just like,
Like the last graph that you showed on your board,
Yes.
if you're, so I understand like once it, 10% is transferred, like to the other animal that just ate it, what happens to the 90%? Does it stay somewhere, or
It
do
goes
you,
out in like the system, like whatever, like it goes out.
so do you think, for your third graph, that you'd have to add, or you would need like, to show how much corn there is, or?
why don't you show how much corn there was in the other ones and like
Yeah.
how much of the other like organisms there were on each graph? Like why is there only one organism on each graph?
Can I help?
Like there'd be
Yeah.
probably chickens.
Can I help real quick?
Yes.
Or not? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I think really what she's trying to get at is why in the first graph did you only put energy stored chemically in the corn? Why is there no energy stored chemically in the chicken or the hawk? And then same thing for the second graph. Why is there no energy stored chemically in the corn or the hawk? And then same thing in the last graph. Why is there no energy stored chemically in the corn or the chicken? Is that what
Yeah.
you're trying to get at? Okay.
And there's like only one on mine instead of 10.
Okay, well, like in the first graph, below it, it says before anything is eaten. So like we're just assuming that the chicken and the hawk have not eaten like anything, so they wouldn't have any energy. So like the corn would be the only one that had it. And then in the next one, it says after the chicken eats the corn. So the hawk still hasn't eaten anything, so it has like no bars of energy, and then the chicken gets the 1 from the 10%, and then the corn has all its energy is gone, and then because it was eaten, and then the hawk is like the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that,
Yeah,
you kind
it
of,
makes sense. But like, could we still like show the other organisms? I mean, it makes sense. Like,
You
I get
could.
it, but it's
I
not
think-
like necessary.
I think what they try to do is just simplify it,
Yeah.
right?
I was just confused.
Yes.
What I'm just getting like confused about is like the third, like your like last graph. Did you show like the corn having anything or no?
No,
No.
just the hawk.
I was confused about the other two graphs beforehand. How you showed the that the corn had some.
No, the middle one is chicken.
Oh,
This
okay.
one is corn.
For
Chicken.
for graph 2 and graph 3, why didn't you show like the transferred part of the corn that was still left?
Why don't you show the
The
corn that was
energy is
left?
gone.
But only 10% was transferred. Where does the rest go? Like, if the rest,
But that, it's
Yeah,
on the
it's
circles, see, like the
Then,
arrows,
like,
it goes out of the system.
once it's out of the system, does it still like, do we still have to put it on the graph?
No, well, when we put it there, it transferred out of the system.
Okay.
So, Amanda, does it make sense now or not?
Yeah.
So, if you look at, so the circle represents our system, right?
Uh,
Okay? We started with 10 units of energy. In our second graph, how many do we need to end up with?
Can you,
If we started with 10 units of energy, how many units of energy do we need to end up with?
Still 10.
It's still 10, right? So what they're saying is, and there's an assumption made. You asked earlier, Kelsey, why is there only one corn and one chicken and one hawk? I think we're missing an underlying assumption, right? How much of the corn was eaten?
yeah.
Gunner?
All of it.
All of the corn was eaten.
Okay.
So if we look at it that way, right, and just because this is the first time we've talked about energy and systems, I think it's important to highlight they identified their system in the circle, right, before anything is eaten, and the chicken and the corn. That's why they have no energy stored in the hawk, because right now the hawk is not part of their system. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You could have represented it differently, and that's okay, but they identified their system as the chicken and the corn before anything is eaten.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and so there's only 1 unit of energy in their second graph, right? Where are the other 9 units? They left the system, they're out of the system, and we can even maybe go a step further. What form of energy would that be? Most likely. What would the major component of that be? What form of energy would the energy leave the system as? Why chemical?
It just seems like, what? I don't know, it just seems like it could like go into the air.
In what form?
Like, yeah.
So using us as an example, we eat food, right? Energy that we don't use, we give off as a gas.
I sit there on my feet trying to
Seriously.
seriously.
Yeah, you've been up there for a while.
Yeah.
Broke one of my rules, which is make sure the person isn't up there too long. Leave your board
Oh,
up
come
there.
on, Mr. Miller.
One clap. Okay, but let's wrap this up. Using us as an example, what is a byproduct? You have to think in terms of energy. What is a byproduct that we give off?
Carbon dioxide.
Thermal energy. Thermal energy.
How does it make it like? Okay.
What? Oh, we already clapped it up.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright.
Okay.
So wait,
All right.
which one was?
The energy leaving the system, right? They have it labeled as E-chem, corn. I think they wanted you to know that that energy that's leaving the system is coming from the corn, but really, what form of energy is it? It's thermal. Okay? It's not chemical, it's thermal. So this really, we should have as thermal energy. One other thing that I'd just like to highlight, take a look, see the middle graph? I don't know if anybody wondered, well hey, we started with 10, how do we only end up with 1 at the end? It's 0.1, and how much energy left the system in that second circle? 0.9, right? So 0.1 and 0.9 is 1, right? So here's the thing, we put two different systems together, right? So with that middle graph, what's our new starting number of units? 1, and in our second graph with our system, what's our total? Right, 1. So first system we have 10 and 10 total, but then we're starting over with 1, and in our second system 1 and 1. Okay. Group 2. We got 2.5 minutes. Let's make it happen.
Come on, pal.
Yeah, we have like this DNA in it. That's what I always do.
This is the lightning round. For all the points. Kyle,
For all the marbles.
it's for all the marbles. Okay.
From the corn to the chicken, 10% of that energy go to the hawk because the hawk ate the chicken, which ate the corn.
A lot of people put their sheet away already. Hard to know if you have a question if you don't look at your sheet.
I don't have questions.
The corn.
Did you say 1 clap?
Yeah.
It's in the hawk.
One clap.
First time in history.
I mean, I'll go with it. Well, let me ask you this. Was the question that's asked answered?
Yes.
Yep. Sure.